Well, I thought I'd tell you about my experience with Howard's parents. If you don't know who Howard is, he's my Chinese student that's living with me for the school year. And his parents came out for 19 days, the beginning of October. So I was kind of nervous, thinking, oh, they're going to judge me, and there'll be a language barrier, and what about food, and will they like my cooking, and yada, yada, yada. So I'll tell you how it went. For one thing, they were wonderful people. She spoke excellent English. But he would get on his phone and talk into it and have it talk to me. You know, he'd say Chinese into it and have it talk to me in English, or she'd be around to translate, or the son. But they were the sweetest people. Simon, they'd picked American names. She picked Jane and he picked Simon. They're similar to their Chinese names, like Howard's. His Chinese name's Hao Yin. And so Howard, Hao Yan. As this Hao Yan, I think. Anyway. So I'm going to intersperse in here little clips and pictures and things of the story. Hopefully I can get them in the right places. I'm not the best editor in the world. So the dad, he made dinner, lunch and dinner basically. Well, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I don't eat breakfast usually. Every day, the whole time they were here. They went away for a few days, but the time they were here, he cooked all 3 meals. It was not like our Chinese. Our Chinese food is like breaded and fried, and theirs isn't like that at all. It was mostly vegetables with a little bit of meat, usually chicken, and sometimes rice noodles, but never rice because they're trying to eat healthy. And it was all these vegetables I'd never heard of. And I wrote down my favorite thing he made was like a Szechuan peanut chicken. So I'll show you a picture of that. I should write these times down so I can find it again. Okay, that was 2:20. Peanut, I'll put. So tell me where to put these pictures in. And just weird foods I never thought you could eat, like a loofah, with a loofah. Evidently when it's green, you can chop it up and eat it, because I did several times. And the eggplant, instead of being the kind like we have, theirs is long and skinny. And I don't like our kind of eggplant, but I liked what he made. In fact, I found a recipe I'm going to try and make. It's eggplant with ground pork, and it's got some kind of spicy sauce on it, and it looked really good, so I'm going to try making that. I thought out some Italian sausage. I thought that was pretty close to ground pork. And the spices and stuff will overpower any Italian flavor to it, I'm sure. And my front yard, if you've seen my house, you've seen my front yard. It's just a big pile of dirt because nothing grows under my giant oak trees. But I made, with bigger rocks, I made pathways to where you would park if you parked in front of my house, out to the curb, and then a branch off to the mailbox. And I always wanted to fill that in with gravel, but I got a quote, and they wanted like $500 to do it plus the cost of the gravel, and I just never did it. So while they were here, the dad, Simon, he did that for me. I bought the gravel and he put it all in for me. And he also put some mulch under one of my windows. I've got like a big rock there, and he put the mulch around the big rock, and there's other bigger rocks around it, so it looks like, I'll show you a picture of the front yard. So you can see how it looks now. And I bought some of those square cement stepping stones, or whatever you call it. And I put a few, and then I bought more, and he put like 2 rows of them. I want to put a couple more rows to make like a little patio and put a bench on it, or maybe a big pot, one of those big giant pots with the plants in it, something like that on that little patio. So that's half done. I'll probably put 4 rows, maybe 5. So he's got 2 rows he put for me. And then in my backyard, I used to have a shed. And when the shed got torn down because it was rickety and falling apart, it just left this square patch of dirt in the middle of the grass because, the shed sitting on it would have killed anything. So I got those bricks that curve, and I started putting them around, and then I dug it up a little bit, and I planted some plants like a year ago, but we had such a bad winter it killed everything. So I pulled them all up, and then I never did anything else. So he came in, he and his wife, and they finished putting the bricks around it. They dug it up, and the ground's really hard this time of year. And I had bought 6 or 7 plants, 6 plants, I think. They're all like perennials with flowers. I think one's a hibiscus, and I don't know what any of the rest of them are. One's got white flowers, 2 have purple, one's got red flowers. The hibiscus, I think, has got white flowers. Didn't have any on it when I bought it. So anyway, they planted all that for me and put the mulch down. I found this mulch that it looks just like regular red mulch, and or brown, I think it's brown, but maybe it is red. Anyway, it's made out of old tires and dyed old tires instead of like wood, which is what most mulch is made out of. And it's supposed to last at least 10 years before you have to do anything about it. So I thought that was the way to go. It was probably twice the cost of regular mulch, but regular mulch, it washes away, because this is heavier and it probably won't wash away and disintegrates and stuff. So I thought this was the way to go. So I've also got a picture of them planting, digging and stuff, the 2 of them. So I'll put that in here too. And I have another picture of Jane, she called herself, sitting with Haku on her lap. Because he really took to Simon. He liked him a lot. Simon drove Howard back and forth to school and saved me doing that. That was great. And Haku got to know when they were coming home, and he'd go lay there on the rug by the front door and wait for Simon to get home. He's so cute. And every evening they took him for like a long, half an hour to an hour long walk. And with me, he gets maybe 15, 20 minutes at the most. So he was loving that. I'm sure he misses them. But sorry, buddy, it is what it is. He just got a haircut, so he's not a shaggy dog anymore. He's a smooth down and looks more like a poodle that just got clipped than that snoodle that he is, half schnauzer, half poodle, because the schnauzer, beard stuff starts coming out when he needs a haircut. But he just got one a couple days ago. So anyway, my experience with my guests was great. They brought me a couple dolls. I put them in a different video. You can go back and see that one if you want. Because she asked what I wanted, and I knew if I said no, she'd bring me something anyway. So I figured if I said a doll, it wouldn't be that expensive, because I know I lived in Japan for 4 years. I know how generous the Asian people are. So and something else we did, we played Rummikub. The one time Howard played with us, but I played a couple times with his parents. Rummikub's a game. It's like Gin Rummy, only you play it with these little tiles, and it's a lot of fun. So I didn't think that Simon's English wasn't good enough to teach him how to play my favorite game, which is Settlers of Catan. But it's a really convoluted game, even English-speaking people have trouble learning it. It takes a while to learn it. But Rummikub, it's numbers and colors, so you don't even really need a language. There's no language barrier really, basically, because it's just numbers and colors. So anyway, that's my experience with my visitors. It was a wonderful experience. And I went down to the Asian market yesterday and got a whole bunch of vegetables because they taught me to like pak choy, and I bought these green beans that are about this big that they curl around like that. They're so big that I'm going to try. I think they would put them in like more steam them or stir fry them, but I'm going to try roasting them. And then the eggplant, I bought some of that, and I want to make that ground pork and an eggplant dish, so I'm going to try that. What else did I get? I got a bunch of sauces, like soy sauce and cookie wine and that kind of stuff, and oyster sauce and so on. But what did I get for veggies? Oh, I got some purple sweet potatoes, got some green onions, 3 for $1. That seemed really cheap to me to get 3 bunches of green onions for $1. Got the bok choy, got the eggplant. Oh, they do a lot of cooking with cabbage, like the Napa cabbage. It's the long cabbage. It's kind of shaped like this. They either chop it up in strips and kind of stir fry it, or sometimes they'll take a whole leaf and kind of fry it. So I bought one of those because Howard, the student, he's wanting to cook his own meals for a while because he's wanting to learn how to cook Chinese food better. So I got stuff I thought he could use, is why I got the sauces and a bunch of vegetables. He doesn't eat vegetables much, but hopefully, since I have them all here, he'll try them. And I'm going to try making some stuff. I already made the peanut stuff. I wrote down step by step how to do that because it was my favorite. It was really good. And I guess that's it. I miss them. They were great. She'd sweep my floor, and he worked in my yard and did all the cooking, I was spoiled rotten when they were here. And I thought, in my pridefulness, I thought, oh, I'm going to be such a blessing to them. Pfft. Total opposite. They were the ones that were a blessing to me. They were great. Alrighty, that's it. Love you all. If I make that eggplant sausage dish, I'll probably make it, probably not tonight because got a bunch of running around to do today and I just won't feel like it. But maybe tomorrow I'll make it and do a video, show you how it's done if I do it right. All right, love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.